All right, let's go. Welcome back to the Drop Lounge. I'm your boy, Chris Chan, a.k.a. Cowabunga, and I'm here with Sergio, our Chief of Collectors Experience. What's happening, Sergio?
Hey, Chris, good to see you again. Back from a trip to Dubai on behalf of Fanable. It went really well, and just finally recovering. I caught the flu on the way back, and today's the first day where I feel like I'm back to normal.
Getting back in. I would have to say it's a big day, man. It's our signed and sealed autograph collection drop. I mean, there's a lot of thought that got put into this, and I know there's some bangers that are going to be in there. I'm already ready to dive in and start figuring out what's going to be in this thing as we're getting ready to launch here at 2:00. If you're just joining us right now.
Yeah, this is a pretty big and significant drop for us for many reasons. It's all signed comics, so every single comic in this drop is signed by one of the creators. But we have people like Stan Lee who signed a couple of those comic books, including we had him. Well, not we, but he signed an Amazing Spider-Man #1 from 2014. It's a sketch comic. And so that one's signed by Stan Lee, the creator of Spider-Man, obviously, and many other great characters from the Marvel Universe. I mean, the who's who of Marvel characters was at least co-created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Obviously, with Spider-Man was Steve Ditko. But we got 2 books signed by him in this collection, and that's pretty big. He's no longer around, unfortunately, to sign books. So it's very, it becomes more and more rare to get comic books signed by him. But we have right there in that screen you're showing the grail of the drop, front and center, is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #8, which features the first appearance of the symbiote suit, which was basically the origin of the Venom, right? Because without this book, there would be no Venom. This was what eventually led to the Venom being created by Todd McFarlane.
It's like the sickest cover too. I'm such a fan.
It's a classic cover. In fact, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the most expensive original art piece was a page featured in this book. I think it sold for like a few $1 million. The original art piece, but this is excuse me, this is one of those key comics, and that changed the way that people viewed Spider-Man, right? With this black suit, he's made appearances with it in films. So this is where it all began. And again, Venom wouldn't exist without this book. Facts. And it's signed by three of the book's creators signed this. So this is not just a one signature book. This is 3 signatures for this one.
Yeah, you could see. Oh, that's so epic.
And a custom label. If you notice at the top, you can see the custom label.
Woo!
Custom CGC label, Spider-Man themed,
Yeah, from the movie.
Makes it feel extra special. And for those who might not know, all these signature items from graded by CGC have a yellow label. And you'll see that all of our comics have those yellow labels on there.
I love that. Is that kind of why you guys went with the vibe for the look? I love the case for this one.
Yeah,
we got some cool cases. Real quick, let's reset for the room for the folks that are just joining us right now. You are in the Drop Lounge, where we are hanging out right before the drop happening on the Fanable app. If you have the app already downloaded, make sure that you're updated on the Apple Store and in the Google Play Store. You want to make sure you have the latest up-to-date app for today's drop. And we're talking about drop. Sergio, I'll let you take it away, because especially with what we're going to be looking for today, it's huge, it's massive. But for the folks at home, explain just a little bit about what's going on with the app today.
So yeah, if you want to click on that banner image, and that'll take us to the drop page. Now you'll see that there are only 73 items left. That's because 2 of them have been set aside for giveaways. One is for the Humility's Twitter live space happening right now. It's going on right now. And the other one is for viewers of this show right now, today. And so one person who, in fact, let me pin this stream to the top of our page, because that is a requirement to be able to win the mystery case. So for those viewing, go to our Twitter page, Fanable app, and retweet this post with the live stream. And tomorrow we'll do a live stream picking out the winner. And the condition for winning this free mystery case is to like and retweet and follow the Fanable account. That's a requirement. But back to this 75 minus 2, right? So we have 73. It's $125. This is our priciest drop yet. But you might know, I mean, it's a signature drop, and those are premium items. You know, to get a book signed cost money. Even CGC to get a yellow label, you know, it's just it costs money all across the board. So we had to increase the price for this to $125.
Oh, rightfully so. And we're getting signed copies here. That's pretty epic.
Absolutely, you know, and each mystery case contains one of these comics. And if you want to maybe scroll up the page just so that people can see the books that are included here. So, you know, and some people may not be aware, but the way it works is when you purchase one of these mystery cases, you can reveal one of these 75 comics, right? So no matter which case you open, you'll find one of these in there, right? And you can choose to redeem it and have the physical copy sent to your home. So these are physical items. These aren't digitals, right? We're just showing you the digitals here for presentation purposes. But the moment you choose to redeem the comic and have it sent to your home from the Brinks Vault in New York City, then the digital version disappears. It's burned forever. That's the way this whole process works. With this in particular, so we got Tim Belmer saying, "Let's get it, fam." Yep, yeah. No, this is going to be a test for us too here at Fanable. You know, we've sold out all of our drops. This one
we have, and really quickly too, and that's something I want the chat and everybody watching that's participating as we're here, you know, be very smart about what you're doing. Don't click on any random links. You know, go to the official Fanable Twitter page, X page, and make sure you're reading the information in the Discord, because we don't want you know, there's bad actors out there, so make sure you're doing the right stuff. We are in the App Store, so that's what this is. You are downloading the app in the App Store. It is for Mac. I mean, it is for Apple. It is for Google Play. And from there, you'll be able to participate. Now, the drop is happening. You can see right there. We are so close, just about 21 minutes away, $125 per item. And like you said, we're looking through this. You're going to get, I mean, there's so much gold in here. There's so much gold.
Even that last one, if you go back to the very bottom, right, that comic is actually signed by Todd McFarlane. It has multiple signatures, and one of those signatures is Todd McFarlane. And this is not a facsimile. This is an original copy from the release here of this comic. So we, you know, there's just a lot of great comics throughout. One of my personal favorites is that Amazing Spider-Man 1000, which has art by Joe Quesada, one of my favorite artists of all time. I mean, he became editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics at some point, but he started as one of the best artists in the game. And even to this day, he'll do variant covers. I mean, just beautiful art. But he did a wraparound cover. And actually, if you want to go towards the top of the page where it shows the items, and that way folks can see which comic I'm referring. It should be on the first row, perhaps. Let's see. Yeah, first row, the second to last. That one right there. That one's signed by Joe Quesada. This isn't the type of comic that's going for thousands of dollars or anything, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful piece, and it wraps around the whole cover. But, you know, we have him in there, Todd McFarlane. We have Jim Lee that signed a couple of the comics, including I believe the X-Men one. So if you go to the third row, oh, by the way, actually, why don't you go back to that comic, the one before that, this one. So this is Ultimate Fallout number 4. It's the first appearance of Miles Morales. But what makes this one special is that not only is the co-creator excuse me, sorry. You can see I'm still kind of recovering here.
Yeah.
But it's signed by the co-creator of Miles Morales, Sarah Pichelli. And if you can see, she did a sketch, an original art right there, his head. That was done, by her. So this includes original art from her as a sketch of his head, and she signed it as well as Clayton Crane, I believe, signed that. So this is double signed and a sketch on it as well. So
Wow.
first appearance of Miles Morales. I've been dying to for the third film. The animated.
Oh
film.
yeah, I love that one. Something I watch with my kids too as they're growing up and getting older. It was something we like bonded over, and it was so unique and different and awesome. I just love everything about it.
It's Into the Spider-Verse, was a masterpiece of animation. And Across the Spider-Verse, a lot of people thought, well, how can you one up that masterpiece? And it sure did. I think actually Across the Spider-Verse, in my opinion, was even better than the first film. But
it was good.
The third one is still in development. It's faced delays. They're saying probably in 2027 we'll see the release of that one. But Miles Morales has become sort of, we've seen Spider-Man variants come and go over the years, including Spider-Man 2099. But Miles is one of those characters that really stood out on his own, and became his own sort of Spider-Man that people embraced, and I love those films.
It's almost like, the Peter Parker of the 90s, that hit different because of like the social climate. And then I just love the culture and the art that's being integrated into what we have now, which is super fun. And that's probably my favorite part about all of these drops is the cover work that we're getting to see right now. And we're living in comic book world, and it is absolutely insane. If you're just joining us, real quick, to reset the room, we are getting ready for our live drop. Let's go ahead and check out how much time is left here. 17 minutes. Exactly.
17 minutes.
Woo.
And speaking of beautiful covers, if you go back to the the products there's one, scroll further. Actually, even that Wonder Woman there, look at that beautiful piece. David Nakayama did the art for this, and he just does beautiful art. But look at this. You can stare at it and just admire it for its beauty. And if you scroll down, this is another Batman book here.
Oh yeah.
That's a J. Scott Campbell art, I believe, the one that right after you went to the Batman one.
Right here.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah, I believe that's J. Scott Campbell, although I'm not too sure. But if you go down further, you'll see a pink one down the middle. It's Spider-Gwen Smash. That one. Right, yeah, I believe. Oh no, that's David Nakayama. All right, so yeah. Beautiful art all across, and now we're very proud of building this collection. It took a lot of work, and we wanted to make sure that this one is a Jim Lee signed X-Men comic. So this one's signed by Jim Lee. You'll be able. And this particular book is the best-selling comic of all time. It sold 6 million copies when it came out. To this day is the record sale. It holds the record for all comic books ever printed. And Jim Lee himself was the artist for this, and this was about a year or two before he joined Image Comics to found Wildstorm Productions under the Image Comics brand, along with Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld and all these other, creators. But Wildcats was his sort of team book that he created when he went on his own to Image Comics. But this was before that. And I mean, art like Jim Lee prior to this hadn't really, excuse me, sorry. The details, the way that he creates his characters, it was just next level, right? Up there with the likes of Todd McFarlane. I know Rob Liefeld, he created great characters like Deadpool, right, or Cable, but people criticize his art, the way he draws his feet. I always when I think about the Image Comics founders, I think about Rob Liefeld, and he still remains a very popular creator to this day.
Yeah.
Here's another one, and you can see this is an homage to Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, Amazing Fantasy 15, where he's carrying that burglar or that robber, right? This is sort of kind of flipping the script, right? You have the female Spider-Woman carrying the gentleman there.
Yeah.
Not sure if that's Peter Parker though.
Not sure. Whoa.
That's a Scotty Young cover there. The sketch one, the one that you showed right before this one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
A lot of people are fan of Scotty Young, and he signed this himself. He has a unique, take to his art.
Variant for it. Yeah, man, so many good ones, and only 13 minutes left before the drop. 73 available. Last time we had 150 items available. 2 items were allowed to be picked up on the drop, and that went, I mean, really honestly, within like the first like 5-10 minutes, it was gone. The first minute or so, you just saw almost the whole supply go down, and that was wild. Now we're ready to rock with today's.
Absolutely. And with that last drop, we encountered some issues with payments, and people went over to the desktop version of the app to finish their transaction on Fanable.io. And just for those of you that are not an iOS device or Android device, you can always go to www.fanable.io and log into the desktop version of the app to participate. I'm praying that everything goes smooth this time. We tested out a lot of the features, but you never really know. I mean, some of the issues we ran into last time, we weren't expecting. Apple had released a new SDK update, and that undid a lot of the work we had done. And that caused us to delay this drop, which was originally planned for last week. So this is a drop that should have happened last week, but we needed to make sure that we worked on a lot of the issues that we encountered.
I appreciate that. I think the whole community is behind you guys, and what you've created is just, it's super special. It's awesome to see week after week, the fun, the success. And we're just happy to be along the journey. That's why we're happy you're here with us here in the Drop Lounge. Happy to have you all here with us on the journey as we're doing these epic drops every week as we can see it. And you're going to want to see what's happening on the next few that we've got coming out. But as we recap here, just 11 minutes, almost 10 minutes before the drop happens, make sure you've got the app updated on your phone. If you already have it, if you're just joining us, update those apps, get it downloaded. If you haven't, make sure you do some research into all that. And then the same thing too, like Sergio said, you can absolutely sign up and participate online. It's a whole nother experience on the desktop. It's beautiful, the interface. And if you're nerds like us, they've got a fantastic marketplace. And over here, all the things to kind of pick through and find out what has been released already and what you can purchase in the store. You can narrow everything down. And it's probably the coolest thing. Probably one of the coolest things. When I tell people about this in real life, they're blown away. They're like, wait a second, you guys are partnered with Brinks, and you can buy it and redeem it, and it just comes to you, like, and you're physically going to have the slab, and it like breaks their brain a little bit because it's so needed. We were just talking about this. I mean, you see, I'm rocking the VFriend stuff, and Gary Vee just did his Topps Chrome thing. We were talking about that earlier. And
that's really sold out everywhere. I tried going to GameStop yesterday, and I couldn't find it.
You can't pick them up anywhere, and that's that's largely demand and the community behind it, which is beautiful. But same thing here. What's happening is just absolutely incredible. So props to the community for all this, and to you guys for making it happen.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, that Brinks partnership. It's sort of a service that we're offering, not just drops, right? But look, storage. It's a storage solution, right? Most of our comics we put in our closet or in a room or in the attic or basement and kind of forget about them for the most part. But this allows you to have it safely stored and insured. So every comic is insured and is stored and protected at Brinks, at a Brinks vault. So, and then you get to showcase them, right? You get them added to your profile. We've been
Yeah.
seeing a lot of people have their comics added to their profile finally. We had some delays with that, and we're just speeding things up. So, even today and tomorrow, you'll see more people getting their comics added to their profile. So, absolutely, I think that's another great feature of Fanable, right? If you have
Yeah.
comics, you have a place where you can have them stored, insured, protected, and you can trade them and earn royalties. I forget to mention that. You earn 2% royalty for any comic you submit in perpetuity until it's redeemed, right? So every time it trades out there, somebody buys it from you and then another person sells it and goes back and forth, you'll earn a 2% royalty on that as well.
That is huge and like unheard of, and very reminiscent of the Web3 space and how we, did the whole NFT thing and being able to sell there. So I love that you kind of took that aspect of it. And I can only assume it's because of the technology behind it that we're able to track a lot of stuff on blockchain that gives us the ability to do that. So it's super cool.
You nailed it. Blockchain technology is what allows us to keep track of the originator and not only that, but transparency, right? Everyone can see who sold what and how everything moves. So there's no funny business going on. And that's another thing, right? You see exactly, you can see the entire history of any given comic in the marketplace. Who minted it, right? Who bought it? Where did it go? You can see all of that.
It's massive. It's super unique and different. Let us know if you got any questions in the chat. If we can help guide you on anything that's going on for today. If you have any questions, make sure you ask the community. Again, make sure you are clicking on the correct links, heading over to our X profile and finding that stuff there, as well as on our Discord. You want to make sure it's official. No problemo. So if you got any questions, let us know in the chat. But other than that, let's keep exploring what we've got in today's signature drop that's going on. Signed and sealed. This is massive. So we already went through a bunch of them.
Oh, by the way, there's the addiction. You see that comic there to the right, right off to the right. It's called the addiction. Right on the right there. That one. A lot of Vivi fan members are very familiar with this comic because it made its debut on Vivi and also as a physical at the Comic-Con. And you can even see the Vivi exclusive cover. I don't know if you can see the Vivi logo there towards the bottom.
Yeah, it's so cool with the little red heart.
So this comic we included there for a Vivi fan there. I'm sure they will appreciate that there. I own the addiction on Vivi as well. I don't have the whole set. I wish I did because they got an airdrop logo, the addiction logo a couple of days ago for owning the whole set. And so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, look, what they're doing with this brand is really special. They're really rewarding loyal followers. And speaking of which, we have something special that'll be coming up in a few months for our loyal collectors on the app. You'll be very pleased. Part of my trip to Dubai is it's making some partnerships related to that, and I think you'll be very pleased with what we came back with. But it takes time to integrate and iron everything out. But being loyal collector on our app will also give you rewards. Let's just say that, and I think you're going to be very happy if you're collecting on our app.
I love that. Be able to pull from some of those online transactions. We'll be able to see all those folks that were around in the beginning and supported us as we jump-started this bad boy. So I love to hear that.
Also, for those listening right now, don't forget, at the end of this live stream, I'll talk about our next drop. It's a very unique drop, and it's a departure from the types of books that you've been seeing. I got to see the mystery case design, and in my opinion, next week's drop is the most beautiful. I love it. It's so special, so well done. So I can't wait to tell you more after we go ahead and go live with this drop. But yeah, here the mystery case design. Next week's is the coolest one. It's definitely the coolest one. I know we have like Marvel Madness tells a story with the comic book panels, right?
That was cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Clash of the Titans has like Wolverine's claws at the upper left, and then at the bottom right, those bats kind of for Batman. The signed and sealed, obviously, you have signatures on there. The comics and crypto, actually, that one's up there in terms of my favorite designs. Right?
Oh, me too, and me too. Especially being one of the very first drops.
Yeah, it was the very first public drop, the comics and crypto drop. And then there's the pre-public drops, right? We have the stress test drop, and then the very first alpha drop, and that's just our standard regular mystery case. And this is the one that kicked things off and started everything. And just a few handful of people were able to participate in this drop because it was just to help us test out the app.
I love it. Built by the community for the community.
Yeah. Awesome. Next week is you're gonna love it, guys. Something different types of comics. I can't wait to tell you more about it here and after we're done with this drop. But they're gonna get more exciting. Different kinds of themes, stuff you haven't seen on the app yet. I know a lot of people were happy to see a signed drop, but we have more special and fun things coming up as well.
All right, chat. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds basically left before this drop is going to happen. Are you ready, chat? Are you guys ready? Are we ready for this? We don't want to distract you, but I am pumped. I'm hyped. This is going to be awesome.
Good luck all. Good luck all. In the community, any good luck. Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're excited. Yep. We're back. We took a week hiatus while we worked on fixing a lot of the bugs. 𝙥𝙗𝙗 has been a loyal since the very beginning. He's been a loyal collector on the app. So thanks for being there with us.
Appreciate all the love online too, just being helpful and positive. You are awesome, 𝙥𝙗𝙗. We see that. We see you.
And my apologies for, I'm still recovering, so my energy level might not be there. I can kind of feel that my energy level is not there, but
all good, brother.
I have to, my body, whatever my body allows me to do.
Listen, you poured your blood, sweat, and tears into this drop, and that's why you're so tired, man. We know you were just in Dubai, cranking away for us, making epic moves. I mean, those pictures, by the way, were insanely awesome to see. The booth and the setup and everything. I can't wait to find out more about it. But we have only 1 minute and 20 seconds before this drop happens, guys. This is going down right now. I'm pulling my phone up here. Fortunately, I'm just a host. I'm not an employee, so I'm gonna take a look and see what's out there. And guys, this is just so cool. By the way, I love the look and the vibe of the entire app. It's just so spot on, so well done, the design, the user interface.
Yes, and it's you'll see many more improvements. We had to kind of scale back a little bit when we launched, but there will be features on there that we intended to launch with. But so this is all very rudimentary, just the bare bone. So it'll get even better. There's a lot of features coming up and a lot of cool things that you'll be able to do on there. 30
seconds. Sorry,
5 seconds.
How fast do you think this thing's going? How fast do you think we're going here? I mean, I've seen it's been different.
This is a tough one to predict. You can buy 2, just so you know. You can buy up to 2 cases.
Okay, good to know. Guys, you can buy 2.
You can buy 2. Keep in mind, guys, it's $125. So it's not cheap, but we do offer a $50. Oh, the buy now button.
Oh, there we go. It's already live.
We do offer a minimum of $50 buyback, so nothing you get will be less than $50 on there.
That is super. Explain a little bit about.
Oh my God! It says 0 left. Is that even true?
Whoa! Did that go that fast?
I can't.
One available?
Is it really? I hope it's not a glitch, because remember last time there was
with the stuff. I mean, I'm seeing 1 available. Let's refresh. Okay, I'm seeing 75 available.
Oh no, that's
Chat,
not
talk
good.
to us. Talk to us, chat. What are we seeing?
Oh no, not available. That's just total. No, that's total. It says sold out. You see the top?
Oh, okay,
That little
gotcha.
red. Yeah, that's just saying that there's 75 in the.
Wow,
But did it
it's
really sell
gone.
out that quick? There's no way.
I believe it, man. The last ones were what? Yeah, 0 left. All right, let us know in the
Wow.
chat. Did you get one? Did you get your 2? Did you pick it up?
Yeah, guys, what did you do? Oh, got my 2. So the Slaps McFlops got 2. Okay, that's a good sign. Oof.
Let's go.
Guys, you don't know how nervous I've been about this drop, right? Like in terms of, oh, you got one droid dose. All right, you know,
Happy
I
for
love
you.
seeing that. It gives me reassurance because you know, I was oblivious to some of the technical issues. Got my one. Okay. You know, during the live stream, I didn't even realize that some people were encountering problems with the payments until after, right? And so I love seeing
Although we
this
do have
kind of.
like we have the whole team behind the scenes. They're in the war room. They're working on
Yes,
all the stuff.
yes,
So
they
so
are.
there are tons of people working on it. But like as we're in the middle of it, I mean, it's happening fast, real time, going at it.
I mean, this is probably the fastest one. Tim Belmer got his. This might have honestly,
Yeah.
this is the fastest selling drop we've ever had. Then
That wasn't that has to be. I mean, because the other
yeah,
ones were, I mean, at least over a couple minutes. They got down there, but they still took a second. But
yeah.
wow, bro.
This is without, you know, guys. This means so much. I appreciate you guys participating. It's, you know, so happy to see that you know, a few people have already purchased theirs, and
Woo!
no doubt about it, this is the fastest selling drop we've ever had.
All right, so
We've
we've
had
got some
some.
already listed in the wow. Here we go. In the
I'm
marketplace.
gonna buy a
Checking it out.
mystery case like I always do. I'm just gonna. Oh, this one for 175. So I'll buy that one if it's still there. Let me go to the market. Okay, let me see. Let me see what I can get. Yeah, I'm going after that one. Thank you, whoever's selling it to me. And
Nice
hopefully there
video.
won't be any issues with payments. Let's hope everything works well. Okay.
I mean, even just the scoop up on it and being able to put it in the market afterwards is
Payment
awesome.
success, payment success. So I have a payment success.
Let's
I
go.
almost wonder if I should reveal it, or if I should just keep it locked for now.
I
So
got you. If you do, I mean, we definitely want to put that on screen. See if we can give you the
I
share
have it
screen.
on my iOS app. You know what, guys? Just for the heck of it, maybe I can point at the screen. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal this live. Let me turn up the volume. You know, let me turn up the volume. Here we go. Let's see what I get. Oh, here we go. Oh, now it says reveal. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's find out together. I bought it from the marketplace. I did not purchase. Let's see. What did I get? What did I get? What is that? Okay, all right.
Oh,
Okay,
dude, I
I'll take
love that.
that. You know, it's not a chase or a grail, but I'll take that.
I love the cover
Get
work on that.
Amazing Spider-Man number 50, signed by John Tyler Christopher. Okay. And you know, I can view it in my collection, right? So now that I know what I got, let's see. Let me click on, okay, there you go. This is my profile on there. And you know, I can, it gives me the option to sell now or reveal, right? I can choose to reveal it, sell it now. And I should have gotten an offer from that. I believe I have an email that is waiting for me. Actually, if I go to the offers tab right there, the offers tab, I already received the buyback offer for this book, right?
Wow.
So, you know, I can choose to accept the so that one's 70. So actually $75, not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Oh,
some of
Millie
them are
says no
$50.
rebounds. No, man, that was crazy. I mean, I didn't see any rebounds. Did anybody else catch anything? See any come back or anything like that? Because I refreshed there,
Guys,
still seeing that.
This
I think it
is
went through.
the fastest selling drop, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised because of the price point, right? You know, internally we were like, oh my god, $125, that's a lot of money, and we weren't sure exactly how this. Oh, there were a couple of rebounds, went fast. Mrs. Gillespie. Oh wow, okay, so there was some rebounds. Okay, great. Okay, I mean, great. I hope it wasn't for the wrong things that they were. I hope people whoever wanted one got one.
Yeah. It always
Guys,
sucks when that happens,
this is we're learning from these experiences, right? So now that we see how this drop went, that'll inform our future drops in terms of we try to keep all the price points very fair, honestly. This is sort of a break-even proposition for us. This is to really get people interested in the app and see how it works. So obviously we went to 125. That is the lowest we can go just to justify the cost to create this drop. If it was up to us, we'd make it cheaper, but this is the cheapest we can go and still sort of, break even and make sense out of it, right? But really great to see this. Wow.
Amazing. Anybody in the chat, let us know if you have any questions about stuff that's coming up, about what you got, if you're excited for the future. And then Sergio, let me ask you a question too while they're thinking about their questions. I know these are, you just said it, like, we're kind of figuring out what we want to do, what we're kind of putting together. We're collaborating with people like, Comics and Crypto, and, curating boxes, which are awesome. I mean, in the future, you could see us having, maybe more than 75, more than 150 items, maybe some big drops, I'm assuming. So folks,
in fact, hundreds of items. There will be drops that will be hundreds of items. Yes. And there will be drops that are much more expensive than this, to be quite frank with you. Those are very exclusive drops. But we also, I don't want people to feel alienated or put off by some of the price points you'll see in the future, because we just had one. The last one we had was $50, right? And you still were able to have a chance at the Grail Giant Size X-Men #1. So
that was epic.
Guys,
yeah.
Please understand, we're trying to target all demographics here and offer something truly special. But as you can imagine, some of these comics, we're gonna have one that's worth $10,000, a Grail, a $10,000 Grail, just so you know. And as you could imagine, what that means, more supply and the higher cost. But I mean, you'll be able to win a huge 10K comic. And it's with a curator too, with someone that people in the community know. We're still, we're working on the details, but that's also, already moving forward.
I love it. I love that you're dropping the alpha here in the Drop Lounge, because that's what we do. We hype up right before the drops, and then you get a little bit of that alpha right afterwards. So thanks for sticking around with this. We're actually going to tell you, if you missed out on it, we're so sorry, but there's some demand for it right now. We love it, but we're here for you because we have not one, two giveaways that you can get in on. And Sergio, you want to kind of tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah. So right before this live stream, 𝙥𝙗𝙗 over on Twitter. We love 𝙥𝙗𝙗 and what he's doing. There's a giveaway for his audience there. And anyone that retweets our live stream on Twitter, it's pinned at the very top of the page, will qualify for the second mystery case giveaway. It'll be announced live at 𝙥𝙗𝙗's Twitter space. So stay tuned for our announcement on that later today. But while we're talking about alpha, is anyone interested in learning a little bit about next week's drop? Oh, God Detective Comics 1027, Frank Cho, great artist, Frank Cho. Congrats on that KGM jam. Awesome to see that.
Huge.
Who wants to hear a little bit about next week's drop? Anybody out there?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Chat's ready for it. I'm ready for it.
All right, guys. So write it down. Yes, please. Okay. The title of this drop next week is called Indie Legends. Okay. it's gonna feature comic books only from independent publishers like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? Transformers, Masters of the Universe, right? GI Joe. So you're not gonna see any Spider-Man, no Batman, no Superman, no Marvel characters, no DC characters. This is all about celebrating independent publishers and characters that really have made their mark in really in pop culture, but even within the comic book space. So some of these characters, you know, the masses might not be aware of them because they don't have a big a budget movie like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but people in the comic book space will be familiar with some of these titles. So all indie, right? No Marvel, no DC. My favorite mystery case design, without a doubt, it's they did a, you know, Impossible Brief. The folks that did the mystery case design did a fantastic job. The background is just so perfect. Is there a place to see what was opened? Um, you know, there's no specific place. I believe if you just go to recent sales, you know,
These are just
I know
listed.
some people on Discord figured out a way to see what was open. So if you go to our Discord channel, you'll see people talking there about what was revealed. I don't know exactly how they figure it out, but they figure it out because anytime a chase is open, people post about it there because they see it. So yeah, Grand Rising got my first
First
case. All
case.
right, congrats. Yeah,
Let's
King Mark King.
go.
If you want to keep up on what's been opened, go to our Discord server because you know those
Got a
folks
bot.
there. They know, you know, they know, they know. They keep track of what's been opened and not. But yeah, you're right. Honestly, we need to develop something that's easy to see what's been opened and not. But I know there's a way through the filters to see like what's been revealed and whatnot. I don't know how they figure it out, but they do. They figure it out.
Yeah, it's a process too. I remember doing it one time. There we go.
Sorry, I had
This
to
is
blow
gonna
my
show
nose.
everything.
Guys.
Yeah, this is going to show everything that was revealed and then what is still in the case.
But guys, the Indie Legends, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, GI Joe. Heck, you'll even see the Simpsons on there. You know, the by Bongo Comics back in the days. So you'll see a lot of recognizable characters that are not Marvel DC affiliated. And the Grail, you're gonna love this Grail. Obviously, I won't say which one it is yet because we'll release that on our socials. But it's a massive Grail, a massive one, a pretty big one. So you're gonna want that. Maybe I'll drop a little hint. If you know, if you like turtles and you like ninjas, you're gonna love this Grail.
I think I'm a fan. Totally.
But I can't wait for you guys to see that. That next week's drop is gonna be a fun one. Unless there's any other comments, are there any other comments or any questions?
No, just the community helping everybody out, answering each other's questions. Some great questions that we had. Thank you guys so much for being. Yes, we're excited. Yes, TMNT.
Yeah. You know, including the Last Ronin. So you'll see the Last Ronin sign, and I have Last Ronin, right? But the one that you'll see in next week's drop is signed. You know, I believe by Kevin Eastman, or is it Peter Laird? But one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles creators signed one of the chases in that drop. And the Grail one, you're gonna, guys, it's also signed. It's also signed, and you're gonna love that one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
That's
smooth
crazy
drop.
that you got a signed one in there.
Yeah. The Grail is also signed. And, you know, it's a special drop. It's a special. It had to be quick, but easy to check out. Okay, that's good to know. Red Hot Snacks. I really appreciate that feedback because I know the guys in the war room right now, they're all probably, you know, talking about this. but I'm just sort of here live and going by what I see here. So that's
Seems
good to
buttery
know.
smooth, brother. I think what a successful drop. And I'm excited for the next one, man. You definitely got me stoked. I thought I was stoked last one, and then the one before that, obviously the first drop, I was stoked. Today we have signatures, and now you're telling me Ninja Turtles are in the play for the next one. Like, bro, let's go. Like, that's I'm sure everyone can relate. Like, that's childhood stuff, man. Like, I mean, all these are, but there's just that it hits different.
Oh, absolutely. And Transformers too. I'm a big fan of Transformers. G.I. Joe, The Simpsons, even Bone, which is another one, that was launched as an independent comic, and now it's big in bookstores, like the Bone comics one. But it launched as just a regular comic book. A lot of people might not even realize that, right? But we have a lot of great titles in there.
Dude, I'm super excited. Well, I'm sure in the future, I was looking on eBay. There's some new comics that are out there too. Maybe some new artists and stuff. V-Friends. I don't know. I saw something.
Oh, hey,
just joking. But yeah, that is wild.
That would have been if it had been released earlier, we would have included V-Friends.
That would have been
so
wild for sure
to have in there. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
But Invincible, we have Invincible comics. So if you love the Amazon animated show, he started all the way back in a comic book, right? So the same thing with the Walking Dead. So the Walking Dead comics is going to be in the Indie Legends drop. You're going to love that as well. So we curated this drop, all indie comics. You're going to love it. It's exciting. The mystery case is collectible on its own, right? So I won't blame you if you don't want to open that one, because it's just gorgeous. It's a gorgeous mystery case. My favorite so far. It's beautiful.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. Well, thank you all again so much for joining us on our latest episode of the Drop Lounge. We are bringing you all the vibes and the energy moments for the drop, and then right afterwards, I'm Chris Chan, aka 𝙥𝙮𝙬𝙖𝙡, along with my co-host Sergio, who is rocking it and crushing it for Fanable right now. We thank you guys so much for being here. Until next time, we'll see you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
See ya.